Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to Life with Sandy. Well, hello. It's chilly out here. It's 60 degrees, and I got a short sleeve shirt on. It's a little chilly for Sandy out here. But we do have some birthdays today. Today is Rita Bolyard, Bolyard. Bolyard. It's Rita. It's your birthday. Let me fix this. See, the birds are chirping even. They're singing with us, Rita. Can you hear them? They're going, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rita. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Yep, they want to sing another verse. So that means that Witchy Woman, who's Katie, the name of her channel is Witchy Woman. Today's Katie's birthday. Yep, they're ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. They said they're not done yet because today is also Steve Johnson's birthday. That's Chit-Chat Paddywhack's man. Steve, it's your birthday. I wouldn't forget you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. See, the birds still want to sing some more, so anybody that didn't tell me it was your birthday, the birds are still singing for you. I'm having a problem with this one. Oh, you can't see it. Let me show you. That one's not taking really well. I might have to buy some more flowers and replant that one. Fix it like that so you can see it. How's that sound? There we go. It's just not taking very well. I don't know why. Sophia's is taking off pretty good. I'll do my video from over there tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Sophia's birthday. Her birthday's actually June 18th. I've told you before that in our family we give money as gift, and she's going camping with her Aunt Amy, who is Aaron's sister, and so she wants some moolah. So when she goes on vacation she can buy some stuff. So she called me up the other day, or last week, and she says, Grandma, can we do my birthday early? And I said, of course we can. So we're going to do it tomorrow. And then Oliver's is coming up the 25th of June, but we'll do his towards the end of the month. And then Kylie's graduation party is going to be in July. July we're going to Mount Rushmore and Redwood Falls and Duluth. I got a big plan for the whole. And then I'm going to the cottage. I'm going up to Lexington. I have a busy month in July. I have a very busy month in July. So all the more reason I got to get back on track today. And I really do think this is going to be my summer. I really do. It's been a long time, and I know I've said this before, but I really haven't felt this ambitious, confident that I have been these last couple days. And for the last 3 days, I've been really staying on plan, really tracking my weight really well. It's later in the evening today. I'll show you a clip in a little bit of Jim and I had to go get a bone scan. We went into this place. I've never been there before. I could have went back to where I did the other stuff in the hospital at Beaumont, because I get my stuff done through the Beaumont facilities. But the one that's nearest me doesn't offer the bone scan, so I had to go to the one in St. Clair Shores, and so it was the first time there. But the guy at the door, he reminded me, his manner, he didn't look anything. People don't have to look like people to remind me of people. I'll just put that all clear. My Aunt Rose looks nothing like Katharine Hepburn. But if I wanted, that's how I remember people's names. I word associate. So if I know my Aunt Rose, I'm going to remember her name, but I'm just using this as an example. I would look at my Aunt Rose and I would say, what's your name? You look like Katharine. You remind me of Katharine Hepburn. You don't look like Katharine Hepburn, but I know that you're not Katharine Hepburn because you're Rose. Oh, hi, Rose. How you doing? I know it's like a long process, but I think I'm pretty good with names, and I like a word association, so that's what I do. But anyway, and I'm not going to forget what I'm talking about today. That he reminded me of Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy. He had the old, kind of laugh in that. he was the friendliest guy ever. Also the thinnest man I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, he was tall and thin. I don't think that man weighed but 110 pounds. He didn't look sick thin. He just looked thin, you know what I mean? But he was so happy-go-lucky, and he was so cheerful about everything. And then he had the access panel for the handicap door. So every time somebody would leave, he'd open the door for them. He didn't have to move out of his way. He just hit the thing and the door would swing open. He was just, and the whole time we sat there, he was just so happy. It was nice to see somebody in such a happy mood. It really was, because it's like they do all of the, where I went, they did all the x-rays and some blood work, and I think they did mammograms there too. But they were pretty, I don't like I kind of understand it, but it just kind of annoys me, is now even though my appointment was for 11 a.m., I had to be there at 10:45 so I could fill out my paperwork, and they still didn't take me at 11 a.m. But it wasn't too bad. It was like 11:15. And then when I got in the room, I had a really nice technician, and he said that, he said, well, this is going to probably take about 15 or 20 minutes. You know, you're going to have to lay on your back on the table. And I go, okay. Then I'll just take a nap. But I don't think the whole thing was but 2 songs on the radio, Neil Diamond songs. I mean, I know there's the long songs, but I don't think I was back there 10 minutes. And then when I came back, Jim says, what's the problem? And I go, well, we're done. We can go. And he says, you're kidding. And I go, no, really, we can go. So we left. But I'll get the results back from them in a couple days. I meant to go today, and I forgot completely. Well, I didn't really forget. It's been raining off and on all day. I'm kind of trying to beat the rain again. I was going to go over and set up an appointment for my physical therapy for my gait, G-A-I-T, not the G-A-T-E kind, because I'm just not feeling secure. I think that was one of the reasons she did the bone density test. I thought I'd had it done before, but while I was laying there, I'm thinking, this is not anything I've ever done before. I don't ever remember having this done, but I must have at some point, because they said that I did, but I don't remember it. So they're going to use that as a comparison. And then Sophia called me. She graduates tomorrow from elementary school. Oh, Edie, you know how there's no crying in baseball. I was alone in the house. So when you started to cry, I started to cry. Because she is just so darn proud of her son, because he got so many awards. And oh my gosh, he almost paid for his whole tuition for high school. And I was just proud along with you, Edie. I was proud along with you, because that's definitely something to be, when your child does so well. And then she was saying about the bullying, and it was just, it's such a shame, because nowadays bullies can hide. You know, with all the social media, they can hide. And when I was growing up, if you were a bully, you were out there in the open. Everybody saw that you were the bully. I mean, you couldn't hide it. You were out there in the open. And I know that things are better in some ways with technology and everything, but I think a lot of ways it's not. I think that the suicide rate is so much higher is because kids are getting bullied online, because this is their life. Their life is their phone. Their life is their social media. And it's kind of hard to tell a child that's getting bullied that it'll pass. You know, you just got to get through it. You just can't. I was fortunate that I wasn't a bully and I didn't get bullied. But I'm sure as a child, I probably said things to kids that hurt their feelings that I just really didn't. I went with the crowd type of thing. But I worry about the youth of today. I really do, because they're so, even my grandkids, they're so involved in all of their iPads and their phones and all of that stuff. Their TikTok but anyway. So anyway, Sophia had called me. And she graduates tomorrow from grade school rather, and then she's going to go into middle school. So she was saying I was setting the rules for my videoing. She says, "No, Grandma, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you know," she says, "don't get any of my classmates in it, and just, you know, you can get me, because I think I'm going to walk across the stage by myself." And I said, "You know, Sophia, don't worry. I will never put anybody on there that doesn't want to be on there." I'm deadheading my flowers here as we're speaking. But this one's taken off really well. I'll show you a clip of this at the end. I don't want to move my camera around too much. But anyway, So I said, yeah. And then she said, well, can I come home with you tomorrow after the ceremony? Because we're doing her birthday, I told you, afterwards anyhow. And I said, yeah, you can come home with us. I said, I got lots of weeding for you to do. And she says, oh, I'll do it. And I go, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have you do that. I'm going to have her do some weeding for me in the summer, but I'm going to pay her for it. Um, but so anyway, today I'm only going to have 2 meals. I had, which I think I'll show you. Yeah, I did film it. Before we left, I had a banana just because I wasn't sure how long I was going to be there, and I didn't want to be tempted to go out to eat. Because, the thing is, a lot of you have said, like, well, when you eat out, you make poor choices, which I do, and maybe you shouldn't be eating out and all of that. That's what's keeping you from losing weight. And it's not that it's the eating out that's keeping me from losing weight. It's my mindset that's was keeping me from losing weight. Because if you followed me since 2017, well, actually December 31st, 2016 is when I joined Weight Watchers, but I've always eaten out. I've always gone out with all my couple of friends once a month. I've always gone out with my brother and my sisters once a month. Jim and I go out 2 or 3 times a month to eat out. Not as much now, but we did. And I lost weight the whole time. And that was because I made smart choices. I didn't order the pop. I drank iced tea. I didn't order an appetizer. I chose, like, if I went to the pancake house, I ordered a half order of pancakes. And then I slowly drifted away from that. And I'm thinking, well, it's not going to hurt if I have an appetizer, if I just have a couple cheese sticks. Well, then the cheese stick tray turned into Jim splitting half of it. So we ate and you get like 8 mozzarella sticks. And I was eating 4 mozzarella sticks. And then I thought, well, it's not going to really hurt if I just have 1 pop. But then that led to, I'll have a refill because they're free refills. And then, maybe I'll top it off one more time. So, you know what? Maybe today I'll have dessert. But, I'm not really full right now, so I'll bring the dessert home. So I made all of the wrong choices. And so I still plan on going out to eat. But like I did last week when I went for Mexican with Mary and Christy, although Christy got annoyed with us because Mary ordered... Well, when we got there, Mary was going to order something, and she wasn't sure. And so the waitress says, are you ready? And Mary says, oh, yeah, we're ready. And then she says, what would you like? She says, well, go to them. I'm not ready. So I ordered what I wanted, and Christy ordered what she wanted. And then Mary was just so, I want this particular thing. And she was describing it, and the waitress kept saying, I don't know what you're talking about. And she described it again, and Christy and I are looking at her, and I'm thinking, I've never heard of that either. And she says, oh, I used to get it when I came here all the time. And the waitress says, well, I've been here since they opened, and I don't know what you're talking about. Like in a nice way. She wasn't being snotty. And she says, well, I'm really sorry. So then Mary ordered something, and it turned out it was the exact same thing that Christy ordered, but the difference is Christy ordered hers on a flour tortilla, and Mary ordered hers on a corn. So when the waitress finally brought our food back, Mary looked at my plate, and she says, well, that's what I wanted. And I go, it's an anchorito. Or enchilada. How could you make a mistake? How could you not remember an enchilada? Oh, it's starting to rain. How could you not remember an enchilada? And she says, well, I don't remember it. So then they set hers down, and she looks at it, and she says, oh, no. And the waitress says, what's the matter? And she says, this is corn. And she said, well, yeah, that's what you ordered. She says, I don't like corn. I don't want corn. I want a flour. You have to take that back. I'm not eating that. The waitress, in my video, I showed you the waitress was not the least bit happy about that. So she took it back and brought her other meal. That's why Christy said she's never coming back, because then she was ordering special order for Don to bring home, and it was a fun time. But anyway, that's not either here nor there. That's about how I know that I can eat out, and I know that I can make smarter choices. I know I can make smarter choices, and so eating out is not my problem. My problem is my poor food choices, getting rid of my measuring cups and my measuring spoons, because I can look at it. I know. I've been doing this for 6 years. I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't need that. Yeah, because my eyes are bigger than my stomach, and I got a pretty big stomach. But it just really made me more aware of that. I need to make smarter choices, and I need to go in the house or I'm going to get wet. I don't know if you can hear it. It's starting to really come down. So we'll be right back. Of course, as soon as I come in the house, the rain stops. But anyway, it was getting a little. The back of the couch was getting wet. But some of the things that I talked about yesterday, I'd like to clarify just a little bit. When I was complaining about Weight Watchers that they kind of left me behind, I wasn't so much blaming Weight Watchers, although I know it sounded like I was blaming Weight Watchers. I take full responsibility for my weight gain completely. The point I was trying to make is in their quest to make so much money, which I know they're a business and this is what they're doing, but they've been around since the 70s, and so I can't think that they're hurting for money, is my thought. But when they were switched to WW, then all of a sudden they started, and I know that 2020 had something to do with it, but not a lot, but somewhat, that because they were starting to do it before then, but more so after that, they started closing all the meeting halls, making it very difficult to get to a meeting. Also, they were letting leaders go. I mean, people that were very inspirational to me, they were letting go. And for, I think, no other reason but other than to save money. And so that kind of, I thought, was kind of crappy on their part. And the meetings, like I said, there's a meeting that's probably maybe a half hour from my house. But you have to make a reservation to go into it. I liked my meetings over here. It was like a 10-minute drive from my house. I loved my leader. I loved all the people that were there. There was always the same people. You sat in your own little section. You had your own little cheering section, your own little cheerleading group, and you could count on the same people showing up every week. Now, if there's reservations, I don't know this because I haven't done it, so I'll make that very clear. But to me, it seems like if you're trying to make a reservation to get in, that doesn't necessarily mean that all of your supporters and your cheerleaders are going to be able to get in at the same meeting that you are. And so that every week you're going to go, there's going to be somebody new. Now, that has some good aspects and bad aspects, because then you could learn some new stories from people that might be a little bit more inspirational to you. But then you're missing your friends or I know they're not friends, they're acquaintances. But still, I just think that I have a problem with that. So I am not at all blaming Weight Watchers or WW, whatever you want to call it. I've heard rumors that they're thinking of going back to just calling it Weight Watchers again. That must mean they're losing people, and so then they realize that they've made a mistake. I don't know how true that is. It's just a rumor that I've heard. But I still have the app because I do know that the Weight Watcher program works for me. It definitely works for me. And the only way it works for me is when I follow the plan. And I have to follow the plan better than I was. I have to be more honest in my tracking. I track on my phone all the time because I like earning those wellness points and getting the free gifts. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I was being honest on the app, because I really wasn't. I mean, I might have said that I had a tablespoon of peanut butter, and maybe I had two, So, but the app is definitely helpful to me, and so I have no problem spending $21 a month just for the app, because that's and I know that there's cheaper ways around there. I know I forget what it's called, the Healthy app or whatever it is, Healthy Bites or iBites or iTrack Bites or whatever it's called. I know it's cheaper for the whole year, and it's basically the same as Weight Watchers. But I like the Weight Watcher plan. I really do, and I think it works. But my problem was some of the little choices that I made led to the bigger mistakes that I accomplished with my bad choices, my little mistakes. Like I said, the little mistake, having one glass of Coke instead of having an iced tea. One glass of Coke at the restaurant is probably 20 points. I bet. I'll have to look it up, but I bet you it's like 20 points. Whereas a glass of iced tea is 0. And I'm not going to just have one. There's free refills. I'm getting my money's worth. I'm going to get 2 or 3 glasses of pop because I am addicted to Coke or Pepsi or whatever kind of cola you put in front of me. I'm going to be addicted to it. And I'm going to drink more than one. I was drinking water and iced tea. I still drink water, but I drink more pop. So that was a small choice that led to a bigger choice or a bigger mistake. Like I said, we didn't order appetizers when we went out. Bigger mistake, order appetizers. So I think that led to my demise. I guess, of putting my weight back on. Also, what I am proud of the fact that what I did do, which I did all through my whole journey, and I did even for this last 2 years when I've been going up and down and up and down. I am thankful in one way that my clothes still fit, but I'm pissed in another way that my clothes still fit. I did through my whole journey, which thankfully I did, was as soon as I outgrew some clothing, other than you saw me yesterday with my, what was it? My goofy shirt, my goofy long sleeve shirt. I wear that as a pajama shirt, so I don't wear that out in public, so I don't count that as keeping that shirt. It's just like a comfortable, clean the house kind of a shirt, or go to bed kind of a shirt, kind of lay around the house kind of a shirt. But the only fat clothes that I kept were my pair of jeans and my my one plaid shirt that I wore to my first meeting. I kept the shirt and the jeans that I wore to my first meeting, so that when I reach my when I reach my goal, I'm going to put them on just to show you how much I've lost. I've lost a lot, and I'm so thankful for the fact that I got rid of all of those clothes, because now the clothes that I'm wearing are getting to the point that they're uncomfortable. And at this point, I would have been going into my closet, well, we might get back into those clothes section and switch them around and put we might get into those clothes section, we're wearing these clothes now, and then these dream clothes over here, well, we'll get into those again one day. I'm so thankful I didn't do that, because I would be gaining more weight, because I would be comfortable. I refuse to go and buy a bigger size. I refuse to walk over to a different. I was finally back into the misses. I was out of the women's department. I was into the misses department. I have no intentions of shopping. I walk right past the women's section. Now, if I would have saved my bigger clothes, I would be in there. If I didn't get serious like I am now, I'd be visiting the women's section, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it, because I've worked too hard. I know I've lost more in the past, but I still have kept off 65 pounds. 65 pounds. That's a lot of weight, and I am so proud of it. And I just think that for too long, for the last 2 years, I've ignored my own self. I've ignored my feelings about myself. I've ignored the fact that I wasn't trying as hard. I was just ignoring the fact that I was not sleeping well, not eating well, and just not having any faith in myself. And I have that back now. I really have it. I have my faith back. And I've come to realize that the only way this program's going to work is if I work too. It doesn't work unless you work. And nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to do this. Everybody wants to be in that perfect world where you're the perfect weight and you don't ever have to worry about a thing. But let's live in the real world. Everybody struggles. I don't care how thin they are. I don't care how much weight they've lost. I don't care how long they've been on maintenance. They struggle. Everybody has a struggle. I hear from so many people that that they lost all their weight and then they gained it all back and then some. I have done that so many times in the past, and I've done that now. I've gained back 30 pounds that I lost, and I swore I would never do that, and I did it. But I'm telling you right now, I will not be gaining more than 30 pounds back. I'm going to start losing my weight again and get back on track. So anyway, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some pictures from we got our family pictures back that we did last Thursday. I picked out the ones that I liked the best. There was like a ton of them. We had a really good photographer. I think he probably took 100 pictures. I kept out 25 of my favorites, which they go pretty quick. I think it's like a 1.5-minute video. So if you don't want to see it, like when you get to the end, when you get my final quote, you can just end it at that point. But I'm kind of proud. I'm happy about the way the pictures turned out. I think they turned out really well. And I was right. My glasses turned into sunglasses, so I was the only one that thought she was a movie star and needed her sunglasses. But all in all, I think they all turned out pretty well. So I guess for now that's going to do it. If you're new to my channel, though, let me know when it's your birthday. And if your channel name's not your real name, if you want to let me know what your name is, so I don't like to say, like, Bob's Burger and Grill. if your name is really Bob, say, well, my name is Bob, but my channel name is Bob's Burger and Grill. So I'll know to at least call you Bob. Like Witchy Woman. Her name's Katie. She let me know. So, okay, let's get on with my day, and then I'll be back later on to close out the video. Well, I'm going to grab a banana to eat on the way so that I'm not tempted to go out to eat. Because my tomato's getting a little, I'm going to have that for dinner tonight. It's starting to turn on me. Well, we're on to day 3, and I still have my gung-ho spirit. But we are on the way now for another doctor's appointment. I hate getting old. I just do. I have to have a bone density test. So Jim has volunteered to drive me because he loves sitting in the doctor's office, don't you, Jim?
Oh, one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, he looks forward to it all the time.
Best place in the world to nap.
Yep, that's what he does. He just sits in the chair, falls asleep, and I have to wake him up when I'm done. So, my doctor had suggested I get this done, so I thought, well, might as well. And do you work today?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim works today, so we'll be home in time for him to go to work. That's another excitement of his day, right?
Oh, yeah.
He just loves it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, that was quick and painless. And look, I'm a healthy visitor. Take this off. I don't like to have everybody know that I was a healthy visitor. But I said that I had this done before, but I don't think I have. Just lay flat on on your back, and then they have a machine that goes back over, front and back over the top of you, and then you're done. But Jim liked the guy at the door, didn't you, Jim? You liked the guy at the door.
Yeah.
That asked us all our COVID questions.
Couldn't be any more cheerful if you tried.
He was like the happiest fellow you've ever met in your life, which is the way to do your world. That's the way to live your life, really. But okay, now we're gonna go get some hamburger for tomorrow's barbecue for Sophia's birthday celebration. Okay, now it's time for breakfast. We just learned on Jim's program that there are 35 species of mosquitoes in Alaska. We're not moving to Alaska, that's for sure. But here's my breakfast. Today is Wednesday, June 8th. My quote is, with the new day comes new strengths and new thoughts. It's a 10-point breakfast, 4 points for my bagel, 3 points for my peanut butter, 3 points for a cup of berries, and 0 for my tea and my egg. So it's a 10-point breakfast. Okay, my water's in the other room, but I'm going to have a snack of 1 ounce of pretzels for 3 points. Perfect day. Light on. 5:45 in the evening. Sun doesn't go down till 9 o'clock. Staying on plan. I actually was going to have this for dinner last night, but when we got home from the show, it was 9:30, so I just had a small bowl of Rice Krispies instead. So this is what we're going to have tonight. It is the Eckrich cheddar smoked sausage on a ballpark bun with some tomatoes, an acorn squash that I seasoned with everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, and an iced tea. It is a 16-point dinner. 0 for my, what's the 0 for? Oh, the tomatoes, the tea, and the mustard on my brat. 4 points for the bun, 9 points for the sausage. So it's 16 points, and I ended up the day even with my snack and my banana. Oh, did I forget my banana? See, this is why I have to write it down, because I think I forgot my banana. 16, 19, 29, 32. Yep, see? So I'm 1 point over. So that'll bring that to 27 weeklies. But I still within my blue dot. Well, we made it through another day, stayed on track, really proud of myself. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.